Get set up here. It has been a long time since I went on live. I think I'm going to do a live reading. This is a pick a card, so show you the piles one at a time. Maybe I'll go back and put some timestamps. This is totally impromptu reading, so just doing it on the fly, right? Can you see this? It's tea time, guys. Let's get right to it. First pile is number 11 on the dice. Second pile is moon. Really quick reading just to get acquainted with going live again, because I'm going to be doing one with Jessica and Elizabeth soon, separate. The third pile is this charm. So this is American Indian, Native American charm. Okay, so that's pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. And also, we're going to start off the reading. If you guys have ever heard of bibliomancy, it's basically just when you take a book or anything. This is the Game of Thrones book that comes with the set of cards. And bibliomancy is just when I'll do it right now on the camera, you flip through, I'm not looking, and you stop on a specific page and you find a message that was meant for you. So if you're listening to this, or in the future listen to this, then the message is meant to be heard by you. What's up, guys? How are you doing out there? Okay, so, oh, nice. Okay, so the page it landed on is the Major Arcana card of Judgment, number 20 in the deck, Major Arcana. It says the key meaning within this book. So we'll read, again, this is bibliomancy. It just happened to be this book. I was going to do this book, which I'll do actually. Tyler Henry, Between Two Worlds, special to me. We'll do this as well. But basically, it is meant any book that you take. So you can take any book, whether it's Tyler Henry, whether it is, let's see, I don't know, like your own journal, okay? I do this sometimes too. Your own journal, right? This is my health journal, so it's like 5/9/2023, Major Flare episode, right? I mean, anything that you take, bibliomancy is basically you concentrate, meditate just for a bit. You don't have to get into any kind of zone, and you just flip to a specific page, and then that message is meant for you. So let's read what the Game of Thrones card deck, the tarot card deck book that comes, this is the guidebook that comes with Game of Thrones, says for the card of Judgment. If you're familiar with this tarot card, Major Arcana, number 20, the meaning in this book says the past. So that's how I read this as well. The past either comes back to reward or haunt you. In this case, for me, definitely put in a lot of work, was giving into, or paying back karmic debts, so to speak, and not enjoying the flow of dharma, which is when we're in a continual state of synchronicity in, give and take, in the power of absorbing now, appreciating the lessons that have been taught, even if hard taught lessons, right? So it says the past, second chances, memories, guilt, awakening the soul. I also get this card a lot when somebody that I'm reading or myself is going through dark nights of the soul, just realizing, self-realization, reflecting onto what lessons have been learned, again, like of the past, things that kind of come full circle, like my dad's death and what was gained rather than lost, right? Looking back in retrospect. So it says Judgment is the Night King, right? I don't know if you can see this, not that much light. It says, leader of the White Walkers. Again, this is the Game of Thrones book. Sapphire-eyed, the warriors who terrorize the living inhabitants of the lands north of the wall. So that can be construed as like your ghosts of the past coming to torment you, or are they coming to teach you a lesson and like give you a new perspective to go on, right? It says also, he demonstrates the power as if saying you cannot resist, just as at times we cannot resist being drawn into the past, right? It's just the way that we look at it, I think. So it is with Judgment. The card means the return of the dead, right? When what could be buried or burned comes back to life. It's the way that we look at it, though. As Jon Snow says, the long night is coming, and the dead come with it. The sheer cliffs symbolize danger, the risk of confronting the White Walkers in their freezing, steady, eerily idyllic territory. So if you can, again, stand firm and wear, like I say, especially lately, I've been, really reliving this lesson of wearing your sins or your scars, your past, your afflictions toward other people, wear it like a badge of honor in a humble way. Like if you've accounted for it to the people who, only the people who need to be in the loop in this, this karmic struggle, battle, this situation, right? If you've dealt with it in that way, wear it like a badge of honor. Like I wear all the things I've done to people like on my chest. And when I see those people, I don't forget. However, I don't play either myself or the other people as a victim anymore. Okay, let's do this then. Bibliomancy. Again, bibliomancy, you flip to any page in a book randomly or when you're drawn to, and you read for a message. So let's read here. We were all scared to commit to choose a major that would lead to a lifelong occupation. What if we chose wrong? So that line may be for somebody out there about decisions. Are you choosing just with this? Are you choosing to look at the past in a way in which is detrimental? Or are you choosing to look in the past in a way in which kind of wipes things away and doesn't give an accountability, right, to you or to other people? Are you kind of wiping that away? So we'll go right to the cards. Again, this is a quick reading, and the die fell. So this is card pile number 1, and it was 11, number 11. If you pick that, let's see what comes up. 7, 7, 11, 7. Okay, there's not too many cards to shuffle because I did that before coming on, but I wanted to. We'll take the one that fell. Remembrance. Wow. So this is a reading. The whole reading is remembering the past, remembering what we've been involved in the past, and making a choice to remember how we chose the paths that we did, and remembering how, not in a detrimental way, but how each pathway, just like a choose your own adventure book, just like the butterfly effect, opened up another centrifuge of experiences for everybody around you, not just yourself and people who you didn't even know would be affected, right? That's the way life works, spiderweb. So this is all about remembering ways and choosing the next time not to a detriment to us, to add to the lessons that we've already had. And so this is number 38, which is awesome, right? Because it was number 11 on the dice, and 8 plus 3 is 11. So it says remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in a body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. Definitely the theme of this reading. That's why I love to listen to inner guidance, and that's why I came on today, because I knew there was a theme, a message, a cohesive energy that wanted to come through, and that's about remembering what we have been through, not just in this life, I'm going to spit, but in a lot of lives. If you're like me, a lot of themes have been coming into play, and different avenues of remembering past lives for me and other people around me that are totally not even into the spirit stuff, right? So if you're like me, I'm going to roll the dice. This is the second card pile. The moon was a symbol, and here we are with, that was kind of topsy-turvy, let's see. Weird. Okay. That landed straight, so Mars. Mars. Okay, guys, let's see what number 2 wants to tell us. The theme so far, definitely karmic ties, decisions from the past, looking at things not in a detriment, like not going, woe is me, but going, oh, whoa, whoo. We won't take them. We'll actually put these aside as not to be taken and see if we can get another one. That popped out. We're all mad here. 23, yeah, for sure. This is a beautiful card. It says, everyone is a little different. I love this card too. I don't know if you can see it in the light. They're holographic, so hold it up, maybe you can see. It's beautiful. They're like the little cheapo miniature ones, the Alice in Wonderland. I think my daughter got this for me a couple years back. But this is talking about embracing our differences, which I'm just watching with my daughter this morning, that movie. It's a cartoon, The Ugly Dolls. Definitely embracing the things that other people view as ugly, right? And loving it. I'm one that loves that. I love my stretch marks. I love my cellulite. I love my like slanted eye. I love my weird features. I love that I got in a horrible car accident that almost killed me, because that means I didn't kill anybody else in a drunk driving accident in 2018, right? I love the dent in my forehead that it made. I embrace my fat body on the beach when I went into Hawaii weeks ago. I literally do. And it it just is a special kind of power where we embrace what is different with others as well, right? It's going to take this world a long time to come and really embrace what a lot of us know, is that when you are embracing yourself all in a totality of whatever that is, that means contentment, happiness, flow, right? Embrace what is different in everybody. It's super important to do. There is the message with that one, right? So from the past, enjoy what was different about you, what you proceeded through, if we're going to cohesively put that, to, blend in with this whole message. What was the difference in your mannerisms, in your personality, in the way that you looked in the past that allowed you to get to a point you are now? What are the differences that you've noticed that have changed, that you are able to move through different problems or scenarios or experiences or relationships in a more cohesive manner, right? Embrace those differences, if we're going to read it like that. In general, if we're going to read it as a Shannyism, like, rock what you got. That's what I always used to say before I was in the spirit. Rock what you got, dude. My cousins would be like, why are you, oh my God, don't you need a cover up? Why are you going to like go with your big old like pear body and your cellulite out on the beach? And I'm like, rock what you got, dude. Who is paying attention to other people's body up on the beach? And if they are, get in the water, build a sandcastle. And if they're not, don't worry about them. Just do you. Get into the moment. Embrace things that are real. Your flesh suit, this whole like body suit that you wear on earth, to me isn't who you are. It's your soul inside. Okay, so the third pile, and then we'll sum this quick little live reading up. The Native American charm. I love it. Put this back over here. That's where it goes. And this is number 3. Thanks for the like. If you're still with me, and I know someone just liked my video, thank you. Whoever you are. Ooh, we'll put these aside then. I was not using. Ooh. They all actually want to come out. Should I just, since you did thumbs up, we're going to do all 4 of these cards, okay? Whoever that was, maybe it's for you. All right, so these 4 cards. People, yep. People, friends and colleagues. Cheers to friends of the past, colleagues of the past. Friends, if you are on here, that means you're a friend, colleague. We're all friends, even if we pretend that we don't like one another, whether it's internet friends or regular friends in life. We do. You can't hate anybody unless you loved them or loved something about them that you can't get, right? Events, hell yes. Events of the past, bringing it full circle. Loss. This card is the second of the events, talking about what brings us on the hero's journey to different places, to different pathways, to realizations, to accolades, things that we can celebrate, based on the things that we had to be shameful, guilty, or lose, parts of us that we had a loss of, right? Our loved ones, our territory, maybe where we were located and lived, our occupation, siblings, things that are lost. Themes, maybe themes like we tried to get our relative or friend sober. We tried to get our friend or relative to realize something that was for their betterment, and we gave up on that. We surrendered it. Those kind of losses too. This is what it's talking about. Friends, colleagues, people, events, the losses, the past that have taught us, whether we have given it to the universe and surrendered and said, here, this is your issue, or we've taken it on through friends and colleagues and experiences, through losses, and we've really embodied how it is to be the captain of our own soul ship on this life cruise, right? Okay. Conflicts. Yep, number 4 in the events. We're getting a lot of that. So through loss, through conflict, over the stormy seas, right? The past has made us, and it's like Nobody's sitting here when I'm giving you the reading and saying, hey, you know what? Everything is honky-dory. Because nobody ever is in a state of honky-dory all the time. We can say that we work toward that. We can go through the crazy times like the Scorpio moon. I was one day wallowing around, like literally mourning my grandma's death, crying, and then another moment totally in the ocean, watching my mom in Hawaii be blissful and peaceful, which she so deserved after 10 years of mourning my dad's father's death, that kind of thing. It can go from a polar place of conflict, loss with friends and colleagues, and you could think like, I don't have anything left, or I've ruined everything, or things are never going to be the same, to something of bliss. Like, look, these pictures. This is when I went in Hawaii a long time ago. She is 24 now, my daughter, and that's my mom. And this is me pregnant there as well. Alyssa, my 24-year-old now, she's 24. And I'm pregnant with my 18-year-old. She's about to be 18, graduating high school. So this is Hawaii last time, and we were in a state of sadness. So this is all about looking back. So when I looked back at this, it was, my dad had just had a stroke. He was in the hospital. We knew he couldn't go on this vacation with my mom. It was supposed to be my dad and her. And my daughter, Alyssa, and I was pregnant. My son was too little to go. My husband stayed home with him. It was a big, life conflict. It was a loss of his voice, his communication, his old self, his everything. A loss of what we knew before, of our friends and colleagues. The structure was broken, and there was conflict, and we didn't know how to go on, if my mom was going to sell her house, what was going on. And so here, though, I was still able to be in the moment, go through those kind of grieving moments, pain, decisions. We would have to talk to the hospital and everything back in the States. And yep, by the divine hand of angels and the divine wisdom of feminine energy, my mom and I working together with my daughters, like, this is just a trip of women, right? I was pregnant with a little girl, a Scorpio, who was going to be a Scorpio like my dad. I was with my loving mother, who taught me, hey, you know what? We could scrap this vacation, or we could, lose all this money, or we could go together and celebrate that things are changing and that we have to embrace life as it is. So the loving women, people, look at that. And a dog. Sometimes when we love internally, obviously, we're able to shine the brightest. And I think that when I see a woman here content with a beautiful animal, I think that when I'm alone doing my thing in the right state of alignment, not thinking forward future, thinking about detriment in the past, or who may be, wishing me ill, right? Or all these things that can get into your brain that really doesn't matter about the function of everyday life. When I'm able to center that, when I'm able to be who I am as a loving woman and express like I am right now to you, to tell you, hey guys, life is tough, but with the help of energies that embrace not just a woman, but embrace the loving divine feminine energy. Like, I met some totally rad gay guys on my Hawaiian trip. Couple of them who were not in the mix of the hater club, and it was amazing. And they had just gotten married, and that divine wisdom is something that I'm talking about too, that embodies this card. So not just a woman biologically, the divine feminine energy that teaches us all that with conflict, with loss, there comes different situations of colleagues and friends that we have to adapt over, but that there's always going to be the divine feminine wisdom within all of us that goes back to the true center of everything truly, which is love, which is acceptance, which is, okay, you fucked up, but guess what? I love you anyways. Come here, let me give you a big love, right? That's what I wanted to tell you today. If you did fuck up, and we all have, so that's your message, guys. How do I end it? All right, I'm going to end it now. I think it's going to work.